So recording in progress. And let me please repeat a bit about what we had done during the last 2 weeks. So me and Sergio created the abstract and ideation document for the FISMA 2025 conference. And for now, we are coming for participation. Okay, Sergio proposes also to move it to tomorrow, but tomorrow I cannot. So I will write to him. Okay, so I have written. The second point is Sergio proposed to participate in open science fairs. So from you now, we heard the suggestion about proposing a workshop, which is quite very interesting, and we should fixate and notice this on the recording. And the third point is a prototype development. It will be discussed a bit later. And what I should report on, so I need to share my screen for short. I was invited by Francis to participate
Yes.
in the Cold Data Global Forum session on digital ethics. So it was quite interesting, and I placed some questions about what is considered as a crisis points in the data authorization and governance. So here are some slides, for example, the background and ethical challenges. So it was quite interesting on the sections on environmental and economic impact, because now let's say we are in a balance between the sustainable development and the system practices. And of course, data privacy and security in the context of current political issues. Yes, so they have agreed on the building an ethics policy framework. To be honest, I am, let's say, not say skeptical about it, but I cannot say that it's, let's say, somehow very reliable in sharing the data openly using the platforms we have right now. Yeah. I tried to explain this, but actually the team didn't recognize, let's say, the problems of let's say the catastrophic level.
And what is their what did they say? What is the goal to have this policy for them? Or what do they want to?
Let's say to have a policy, the set of rules for the organizations and the people who are voluntarily try to develop the fair data environment. But let's say it's in my opinion, it's more than more like open source community.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say it comes over the existing infrastructure.
Okay.
So we can see. I will just show on the key points and key insights. So it's about open science integration, and perhaps that's all. But when we were speaking about the proactive governance, I think the real governance made by the real authorities will overwhelm this for sure.
Yeah, I just read quickly and it's not very deep, like you said. It doesn't go to the level of where you would assume that it should be on the structural level. It's just like,
Yes, exactly. But it was
yeah.
yes, but it was said like this.
Mm. Yeah,
Exactly, it was said.
but as always, it's I think the interesting question is what is it if we just have 17 different policies for doing stuff, but if the structure and the practices are not like fixed, then doesn't help to have a good looking policy, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, and we already have. We
Yeah,
already have because exactly every data processing institution has its own data policy.
yeah,
I know because I was participating in the development of the data policy for a letter.
yeah. And also it's
So
and also the even countries get more and more of their own. Like Germany also have research data management and policies, so that's it's interesting. That's why I asked what they said is the goal to have this, but it's not. You said it was not to connect to the policies that already exist, or was it just their perspective on it?
the perspective and it is working over the existing infrastructure, not the policies.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah. So it's about it's more about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and more about biases and discrimination. So it's about the existing infrastructure and the policies that are already enforced.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And when it was said about the vigilance, for me, I'm quite skeptical about the vigilance from the open communities.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I see the situation that happens right now on GitHub, it's oh sorry, it's literally like something really weird.
Is it what is it bad in terms of the openness or what is happening there?
Let's say it's not for now. It's not about an openness. It's about usage of open source code.
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let's say the replica I was cited in one of the texts on LinkedIn that the all we can name open source is actually the stolen item. I heard it. I
Yeah.
heard it many times in many contexts, but still, it's for now. There is a risk that this phrase will become an implementation.
Mm.
So I'm pretty skeptical about the perspective of openness.
Actually, now that you said it, I wanted to comment that openness might not be the right framing of what we will need in the future as well, because it's the understanding of it changes so much that yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it more because now that you say that, it creeped up in the back of my mind as well that openness is it does not in practice says what it once had like as an idea because it doesn't go to the infrastructure level anymore. Like there is no like true open infrastructure or open source is not what it once was. And it's the same for open education and open data and even I mean, open science is not open. We know that. So it's like,
Exactly.
why do we use the word or the concept, the framing is not the right one anymore.
Yes, exactly. The framing is anymore not right, and actually we should reinvent either first or the second
Yeah.
in this pair.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So
That's a,
this
interesting.
yeah
Yeah.
this is a short report about the Quora conference. So I will stop the screen sharing. And for now, the last point is the prototype development. So I started writing the tests, and I will now drop the link
You
on the
might have to
prototype.
reshare the link because when I tried to open the one you posted in the agenda, I could not open it. It was still
You mean
closed.
the drive?
The drive, the yeah.
Probably
Let's see it.
it requires the
Wait, I can click on
Requires.
the because it says I need to ask for permission again.
Yes, please do it again, and I will.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
open the. Yes, it requires because it's a personal folder, and
Ah, okay, yes. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I will convert it to the Git repository as soon as
Ah, yeah,
I will
perfect.
drive.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yes, I will get it running on both Linux and Windows.
mm-hmm,
Because for now I'm yes, because now I'm working on to get it worked on, let's say, on two environments on which I am working. And when I will have it, then we are set for generating the first pair of private keys.
mm-hmm,
For now, I am actually testing how the system may dedicate a private key and then let it be recognized from the other participants using DHT.
mm-hmm.
If I will be successful in it, then we are set for the uh, first part of the job, and then I may report it to Moritz because
Ah,
he's waiting
yes.
from us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because he's waiting for from us, and I'm pretty appreciating his efforts. Okay. Yes. So, well, from my side, for now, it's actually all. Do you have any news?
No, nothing happening. Let's see. Yeah, if you talk to Sergio later, for the open science fair, I don't know what he says or wants to do, but I think a workshop would be quite interesting to write as a proposal.
Yes, yes, I completely agree. Despite I will not be able to go because it's held in CERN, and CERN actually prohibit the participation from everyone carrying Russian or Belarusian passport.
Really?
Yes,
Oh
yes, yes.
wow.
So I don't know about even about I'm able to enter Switzerland or to cross the border in CERN.
And it's called Open Science Fair. Open.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
That proves actually the point that we made before. Openness does not mean like that something is open. It does
Exactly.
not work that way anymore. That's
Yes, exactly.
terrible.
Yes, it's really terrible, and we are going to something really desperate times.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes.
And
Yeah.
this is why some days before I wrote on LinkedIn that what I really want to say is it's now a time to download GitHub because imagining that something happened and Microsoft just closed the access to the repositories,
Oh yeah.
and then let's say someone will lose not only the business.
Oh yeah. And it also the follow effects after this
Yes,
happening.
the
I
domino
mean,
effect. Yes, the domino effect will be horrendous.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. So, for
Yeah,
now,
so
it
if
seems
then we can, if Sergio agrees, we can start some kind of proposal for the workshop. That would be great as an
yes
idea, and then I will add my comments to the other one, to the
to the
FISMAT
abstract.
ideation. Yeah,
Perfect, perfect. So, don't you plan to connect at 7?
we'll see. I don't know if I can make it. I will try.
Okay, okay. I will do for sure.
Good, and then just post some matter most what you discussed, or put
Of
it in the
course.
agenda if we start the document for the
In
workshop.
Yes, of course. And in the agenda, as you know, now I will prepare the AI transcript, and you will see it
Hmm.
in the agenda just afterwards.
Yeah.
I will probably concatenate both the dialogues, me
Hmm.
and you, and then me and Sergio.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
I was
See
glad
you
to see
soon.
you.
Bye bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Haven't been to one of these meetings for a very long time, but I just saw the announcement, so I thought I would join and try to catch up um, with where things are. I
Okay. Okay. Anyhow, thank you very much. And let me see now by the agenda and by whatever we have set together with Benko today. At first, he will try to add some information to the abstract me and Sergio prepared for the conference for the FISMA 2025. At first, and this is a the first point. The second point, actually,
Sorry, I missed.
it's
Who will also write?
Benko.
Bank. Okay.
Yes, he promised to have a look at the abstract. Maybe he will not add anything. Maybe he will wish to add something. So,
Great.
yeah. So the second was the prototype development because it is the last on of the agenda, but never mind. So I started developing a prototype, and now I'm writing the tests to make working SSL and encryption backend.
Mm-hmm.
Once we'll get it working, we'll be able to generate the first pair of keys and make a recognition. Because now I'm working on testing recognition. After it will work, I will convert the directory on the Google Drive into Git repository and place it on GitLab.
GitLab, not GitHub.
Not GitHub, GitLab.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you now? You're still in Italy?
Yes, I am in Italy, and today I tried to speak with Hamburg, but I have no news from them. Maybe I would try to reach them tomorrow because more people will be in the office.
Okay.
Maybe yes, maybe I will have some information.
I
Yeah.
presented a short abstract for a presentation for the CSV conference because we had little time to present. So I went forward and presented.
For CSV, right?
Yes.
Did you throw the link or
No.
on?
I will.
Okay.
I will. I will do that. I will do that. Now I am in the kitchen, but as soon as I'm getting the computer.
Okay, no problem. Absolutely no problem. So if it is possible, then it will be great. So
It's along the lines that the same one that we are presenting for the other conference, but with more emphasis in this irrational science policies that are being established uh, nowadays, because you don't know the extent of how much damage can do with this centralized system, this Trump politics and policies about science, and the even if he decides to block some country, they cannot have access anymore to DOIs. Like Russia already is having trouble with DOIs, and Cuba, of course. So it's along those lines that why federation and decentralization is needed for these turbulent times.
So,
yep,
Sergio, you're saying that's what you're going to be talking about at the CSV conference?
Yeah, this is what I propose.
Okay, great.
Yeah, about the need for decentralization in order to preserve and make a more robust scientific communication infrastructure.
Right. Do you have any idea what's going on with DeSci Labs? Because they had their DPIDs proposal that was very front and center, and it seems like have they abandoned DPIDs?
No, they are they forward. Uh, their application is working. We don't really understand how much of it is actually decentralized because it's so hard to install and make it run on your own server that ends up being a centralized system. It's like a platform where you can upload your paper. Uh, I'm now in a research project that Diego is leading Diego Ferreira is
Yeah.
in charge
Hmm.
of the research, how do you say, institute, depending of the University of Buenos Aires. And we have a line of research on persistent identifiers, and we will have some server space. I will try to make it work, this live project there, but I really even talking with Andre, it's very hard to do so because the ceramic and uh, the components that needs to be installed are very hard to do it.
Hmm. Okay.
They promise an installation package, but they never release it.
Yeah, I may just now confirm it because I tried it once to convince them to make an installation package. But for now, let's say the platformization comes to DSI Labs, and probably now the let's say DSI Labs is the only entity that owns the ecosystem. So let's say the ecosystem is well, for now, it should not be considered even federated. And when it comes to the installation, yes, I tried, and it's quite, let's say, it's not so difficult to build, but it's very difficult to bootstrap. And perhaps they're using some tricks that I actually didn't have a time to deal with.
And are you
Yeah.
guys employing any of the technology from, say, La Referencia, the their decentralized Arc open ledger? Um, is that
Well,
well? Is that
you
part
mean
of the?
ceramic or ceramic or something like that?
I'm afraid I don't know. I full. So I come from the archival resource key Arc world, Arc identifier world, which is
Okay.
decentralized. And one of the big projects is La Referencia. It's coming out of Brazil. I mean, it's being deployed in Brazil, and they're using these ARC identifiers, but with in a decentralized way. Every university, the hundreds of universities are going to be putting everything into an open ledger. So all the metadata will go there. So
Okay,
that's
sir.
as much as I
Yeah.
know. I don't know if you're using that or not.
Sergio is pretty much involved, so please.
Yeah, and just to translate what the John is because I can translate. What they are using is a blockchain technology to decentralize the not the shoulder of the arc, but the last part of the arc key. And we don't use we are in the prototype that we are developing. There is no blockchain.
Okay.
It's kind of that we don't trust blockchain.
Right.
What we are using is IRO
Yeah,
and
as
IPFS as well, or I don't remember if they still.
IRO actually implements IPFS. So maybe as a static storage, we may use also IPFS, but for actually it's OpenDHT and IRO. So OpenDHT is a messaging solution because the architecture is supposed to be static, totally static,
Mhm.
and based on the version control, like it's done on in the Git.
And how do you
With this
spell
is with the
IROP? I'm not
DID.
familiar with that one.
Sorry?
IROP? How do you spell IROP? I'm not familiar with that word. You're using,
It's
I
like
will drop
IRO,
at the link.
but with an H at the end instead of an N. IRO.
This. I drop at the link. So it's IRO
okay,
computer. It's let's say the protocol-based library
hmm
with bindings that allows us to transfer the data and have the, let's say, version control and the access control, sharing the public and private keys.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
John, sorry, I don't want to put you in a hard place, and you are free not to answer if you like. But
Sure.
regarding these present times and the policies that are going on in America, do you think that is the California Library or the ARC board will be more prone now to decentralize in order to protect, or you see it still far away from that?
Um, there haven't been any discussions about explicitly decentralizing. There certainly have been discussions about we're trying to create a legal entity, and discussion is talking about not in the U.S. We're seriously considering something outside the U.S., but that's not a decentralized argument. That's just switching countries. So I cannot say that it's been addressed. And we have, as I said, we're lightly decentralized in the sense that nobody actually is required to use our resolver. They can use their own resolver. So, but but there's no peer-to-peer discovery of those things, which would be nice. That would be a plus.
Yeah, the table governance will be like will needed to be decentralized or to put outside the US, no?
Yeah. So we're thinking hard about that. I mean, it's
But you
absolutely
will not
part.
make another Swiss-based foundation, don't you?
Say that we won't make another Swiss.
Based foundation.
Uh, no, I certainly not in. I'm not sure about why you mentioned Swiss. We don't have a Swiss foundation, or
No,
never
I
had.
know the DOI handle and those foundations they end up everything like kind of controlling a central point instead. No.
Oh, well, they're just ridiculous. But yeah,
You know what I mean. I don't want to express more but you know what I mean.
yeah. Sorry, Andre, I'm afraid I don't know you very well. I've just, just from what I've been listening in on, but
Well, absolutely, just absolutely no problem. Let's jump to the next point of the agenda because Francis invited me to the CoData Digital Ethics webinar, and I have placed some questions. So let me please share the screen. I will also drop the link to the report in chat. Can you see it?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So it was about the digital ethics and risk evaluation in the Open Science Society. And they were speaking about the crisis evaluation and development in open science. But let's say, as I could understand from what they have said, I will show on the screen the key insights made by AI, and they were mostly speaking about working over the existing infrastructures and evaluating the risks on the impact of, let's say, openness, of human rights, of existing authorities, and so on. So it's like, let's say, nothing to deal with already established policies and authorities. They also were speaking about biases, discrimination, human-centered approaches, and as the outcome, they proposed to develop an ethics policy framework for open data and open science. But actually, how we have discussed it with Benko before, let's say for now, the openness in this context, let's say sometimes couldn't be named openness. So at first, we have a lot of policies and the limitations over the openness already established. And the second, when it comes to the implementation, almost every, at least research institution, has its own data policy. I can say it because I was involved in development of the data policy of electrosynchrotron Trieste, and really the data policies of the different research facilities are different. So we are emphasizing on that conference the problem, but let's say instead of not instead, but not selecting the approach to cope directly with the problems, but to collaborate and to coexist with the existing ecosystem. It's like, let's say, a short report about what we were speaking about on that conference. Yes, so for now.
Yeah, this is similar to what we have been talking lately also in these meetings regarding that it will make more sense to recognize the value of the established infrastructure already and to address some solutions regarding the weakness. That's why lately we started like a decentralized tool that will help us create a Fediverse with the metadata linking different persistent identifiers in a decentralized table.
And especially using the decentralized data backend to store at least the metadata. Yeah, because now it is becoming essential. Yep. So this is what is happening right now in the initiative group and in the project. Let's say from the very general point of view. So Sergio, could you please add something about the open science fair participation? Did you have a look at the call for proposals and what do you want to use as, let's say, the canvas? The last abstract we sent or no?
Yeah, I after what you said about the CERN and everything, I was waiting also if someone would like to also to be there to present. Otherwise, I think CSB conference is better in that sense because we have less restrictions.
Yeah, understandable.
and the community is more open, these all
Yep.
certain things, they have the security and whatever, and let's see, not maybe because we are pitching still this perspective and this project, and I think there they will be expecting to see something more advanced or already that we can show, no, not just.
For now. Yes, for now.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
well, yes, but there was also the proposal from Benkyo, and I should ask him if he would able to participate in the conference by himself, because he's living in Germany, so it will be much more convenient for him. He proposes to try to establish a workshop on this conference, to, let's say, to collect and influence on more people. As,
Okay.
let's say, I know that it's possible, and this is what I have done, establishing actually an informal workshop in the canteens and the corridors of RDA Data Week in 2023. So I may see that it would work. But at first, I think we should ask Benkyo if he will be able to participate.
Yeah.
Just to let John know, I may say that with CERN, for example, I by my own have a lot of problems as I am carrying a Russian passport, so I may have problems even crossing the border of Switzerland. And yes, and from the formal point of view, CERN prohibits any kind of collaboration on its territory with the Russian and Belarusian citizens, so it will be a lot of problems for me.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not based on whatever Andre has done, just because he has a passport from Russia. This world is getting crazier and crazier by the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, John, what I'm really interested. I don't know if you get an idea of what we are working on, and what do you think? I would really appreciate your feedback. Maybe you need more information.
I need
And
more
we
information. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm still trying to catch up on so many things.
Would you like
Okay.
to read something? I may drop to you in the private message the link to our agenda and the uh, directory on Google Drive.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, here is an
Yeah,
agenda.
we will
Yeah,
really
please.
appreciate your feedback.
Yes, yes, of course. And now I will drop a link to the directory.
The proof of concept will be easier to read than the agenda.
Oh, yeah.
You were going to drop a second link, or should I just link
Yes,
from?
yes, I will drop a second link.
Okay.
It's much easier to find. Yes, here we are.
So in the Google Drive, there's you're directing me towards one particular proof of concept, I think. Is that correct?
Yes, there should be also the subdirectories with case studies and implementation proposals, so you may find easily there. And on the overview documentation, you will find the ideation of a draft spec, and also there is an external link. There is an external link to the concepts and definitions.
Okay. So
Here
I'm
it
just
is.
looking around. So I will have to take a little time to digest these things.
Yeah, of course.
So you're using lowercase d, capital PID as a term for the work you're doing.
Yes, but actually the name may be changed if, for example, DPID from the Decile Labs may easily overwhelm it in the terms of URI. So maybe it will change, but
Yeah,
for now we have it.
I was thinking of that conflict, but I'm going to tell you, last time I went to the DSci Labs website, I really couldn't find DPID there. It seems like they're now pushing DOI in front. I have a feeling
Yes,
I have
seems
a
so.
feeling they may be abandoning DPID, so you may be able to take
Mm,
it over.
well, I don't think so. I don't think so. But for sure, they are trying to do something different than us.
Uh-huh.
The, what they are doing is they are the DPID is like the hash that will identify each stance, but for publication they are pushing DOI. They cross
Yeah.
deals with they close deal with the crossref. So I don't know if a Cuban wants to register and design live and publish, and maybe they will have no problem because the registration of the actual platform is not in Cuba. So
But
it's like it's like dropping as a node for a DOI.
exactly, and also it for sure it requires a lot of integrations with third-party APIs. So it could not produce something out of the let's say out of the blue. It should produce out of the existing APIs.
Yeah.
At first, ORCID, because they use ORCID as, let's say, the singular entry point for registering a user agent.
Yeah, without being like criticizing, like for the sake of criticizing, but our feeling is that this is as common a tool as a cryptocurrency. You know, it's as open as a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, and let's say we were discussing it many times because let's say ledgering model they use based on ceramic, it's based on the blockchain, and actually it is founded over the Ethereum blockchain. So when we were trying first time to implement the real identification of art objects, we encountered the problem with gas. So the additional investment for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that time we spent actually 1 month to deal with this. And afterwards, it became obviously clear that doing it in the model closer to cryptocurrency may bring a lot of problems. And the first, which was mentioned many times, it's hard forking. Once you are forking a blockchain, you have a platform that operates this blockchain. And this platform actually owns it because it requires as much computational power as you can provide for efficient transactions. And it grows and grows actually, maybe even exponentially. So what is
Yeah.
happening now? Yes, with Ethereum, we know.
So with Ethereum, of all the cryptocurrencies, uh, there's a community that is certainly considers Ethereum to be one of the least repellent. right?
Yeah.
I went to a conference about a month ago at the Internet Archive called Funding the Commons, and a lot, basically, all the talks that focused on crypto were all Ethereum based. Um, I'm still uncomfortable with crypto as basis for a preservation and stable access. I have lots of questions, and but and I'm, I think I've shared this with Sergio, but the um, content based addressing is, you know, an amazing technical uh, weapon, right? A weapon to have in your. Here's a bit stream.
Exactly.
You cannot change that bit stream without changing its name. That's an amazing weapon. However, for high valued assets, for all the high valued assets that get curated and get a lot of attention, people are working on them all the time. So those bit streams are always changing. So what you end up with are hundreds and hundreds of beautiful weapons to help you get to exactly that layer, that bit stream. But what people are mostly interested in is the the sort of the best state, the current state of the curation and preservation. Um, and so that's a little hard to manage because you now have a lot of beautiful identifiers to irrelevant bit streams. Not irrelevant, but
Yeah.
not the object of preservation anymore. So that's hard. So you got IP, IPFS has this name concept of names, which is naming the head of the chain of content addresses, but that's still not quite enough. It's getting closer. So that's one puzzle I still have in this regard. It's like how to use
This
this
is yeah.
beautiful weapon, how to use a beautiful weapon to make it actually work in real preservation.
Yeah. This is why when I was working on my side project on a Git adapter for IPFS, actually I was keeping in mind that version control is what we actually need because it has the root point that contains only metadata. And these metadata, they should be stored but by as many participants as is possible, whether the other data could be possibly stored anywhere. And this is, let's say, it's a challenge, but it seems doable.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, now,
Yeah,
yes, yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
yeah, it's like is there like to reach in the middle ground between librarians and programmers, you know. John, of course, has a mindset of a librarian mostly, and version control is okay, but you need to have a, like the root where the metadata is storing the, the the direction to the final version, and you can unpublish previous version if you wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Thing,
By the way, I'm not sure what my perspective is. I'm actually a computer scientist. I just happen to have worked with libraries and archives, and museums for a long
okay,
time. So I'm somewhere in between. I'm not. I have no library training.
okay, I thought you were a librarian. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. It's just that I find myself arguing constantly with the librarians. I don't think like them, even though I got paid by them for many years.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah, we are thinking also that the 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 technology should help to develop a lightweight tool that can easily be implemented by without a high demand of infrastructure, you know, a hardware
Exactly.
infrastructure.
I'm totally
because otherwise it's not a solution. It's just another fancy global north tool that we can call
I
it open science, but it's not open at all because you need a huge amount of computer, and it's also computing power that is directly related with the global warming. You cannot have big computer power without, warming up.
Producing a lot of heat.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm in complete
Yeah.
agreement. I have always worked on the smallest possible solution that you can do incrementally, and you can have several solutions that work together. But that's always been my approach. Take a take a bite out of the problem, make the big problem, make it a little bit smaller, and do it a little bit at a time.
Oh, this is actually what I'm doing right now because I've started. I was starting with writing a test with the OpenSSL and OpenDHT library. So now it's a key exchange, and once I will have it working, then we would like to have a recognition. So the first key point, once the let's say the user agent registers a virtual agent, so the machine, his public key should be recognized by the other participants. And we can rely on relatively, let's say, tested algorithms like RSA or something like that, because uh, persistent identifiers are important, but it's not, let's say, military grade encryption. It's
Right.
like we are willing to disclose our entities to publish something. Then what's the deal? The only thing we need, why we need the encryption, is to prevent actually stealing a content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it relies for now. It relies on OpenSSL and OpenDHT.
Okay. Good. Low low barrier. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And exactly what I am doing right now, it's is writing some code in C++ to get it working. As a computer scientist, you can easily understand what does it mean.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about the progress, because for now about the prototyping progress, I cannot say anything more.
Yeah, I'm very grateful. We did, it was really by chance that we met at this hour, and I'm really grateful that John, could join us. And really, I invite you to drop us a line or two or three if you want, with the feedback of what do you think, any criticize, any comment.
Mm-hmm.
If you think we are missing the target, also we are open to hear.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Okay.
also, I can invite you kindly to join our Mattermost channel, which it could be, the link could be found easily, and I would drop it now to you.
I think I may be a member, but I don't. Let's see.
Okay, so I will do it. Then, if you are a member, then
Well, go ahead, drop the
Mattermost will
link anyway,
recognize you.
just to make sure. Yeah, let me make sure.
Yeah. So this is a link.
Yeah, I will see if I.
So
Yeah,
if
I
we would like,
will. Go ahead. I'm trying to
if you would
get
like
in.
to register, yeah, it's always open.
I'm there. I'm there. In fact, that's probably how I probably have this stuff sent to me by email. So that's how I
Okay,
don't
okay,
hang out
because
in Mattermost.
yeah,
I probably just
for
saw
some
this.
time, yes, for some time there was no possibility to send back an email using Google, so I switched it to my own email server, and now we have a pretty good protected mailing.
Okay, that's great. Good.
Yeah, and if you would like, if you may find the time, you may participate also in the regular meetings. It's every 2 weeks by 5 o'clock on Tuesdays, every 2 weeks.
That's 5 Central European
Central
time.
European, exactly.
So that's 8 in my 8 a.m. my time. I'm in
8
California.
a.m.
It's okay. I in California I have meetings at 7 and regularly. So I live in an inconvenient time zone.
So let's say just if you would like.
Okay. Do you have is there a meeting invitation or is it linked in the documents?
Link to the document, sorry.
I mean, is there a calendar invitation that I could just easily put onto my calendar? Or shall I create my own calendar
Okay.
event?
Okay, great.
So what I'm asking
Yeah,
is
we,
there
we don't we don't send the calendar invitation. It's just the link. We agree and we just meet at this time.
Yes, and also when I use a mailing list to notify everyone, I
Mhm.
just attach the iCal file.
Okay.
So most of the clients will understand it.
All right. So let me just make sure I've got the next one. The next one will be at what date?
Next one will be on 22nd of April
Hmm.
or at 5 o'clock Central European Summer Time.
Okay. I'm putting a hold on my calendar.
And I will send also the notification. Mostly, likely, I will send it on Sunday or next Tuesday.
Okay. And you meet every 2 weeks, is that correct?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
almost every 2 weeks. There were some cases when no one could be able to participate, but every 2 weeks, yes.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, for now, from my side, there are no news. Sergio, do you want something to add? Do you want to add something?
No, everything's fine. Thank you very much. It was a
Thank
very
you.
good meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
So,
very much.
Sergio, you're in Buenos Aires, and Andre, where do you live?
I am in
Where do you?
Trieste, in Italy.
Okay.
And thank
All
you very
right.
much. It was really great opportunity to meet with you. And let's say just last second. So thank
Okay.
you very much for coming.
You bet. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Thank
we
you very
wait
much.
for your comments, John.
Okay.
Yes.
Will do.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.